got very excited, and it's a huge honor.
Jake, how much interaction did you have with the Packers pre-draft?
No, I had a little bit. I talked to Coach Montgomery, one of our coaches that was at Michigan for a couple of years, and then met him at the train station for a while, and just kept in contact.
Nick, how easily did you make that transition to middle linebacker last year at Michigan? And how do you feel, how comfortable do you feel playing inside linebacker in a 3-4 defense?
I feel comfortable. Coach Madison definitely helped me out with that. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's a great coach. One of the best. So, I'm really feeling the middle linebacker, and hopefully, I can make an impact and help the Packers.
What were the biggest parts of that transition last year, coming from the outside to middle linebacker?
The hardest transition you said?
Yeah.
I think just because when you're an outside backer, I was on the line on the tight end. I was looking at one thing one at a time. When you're an inside guy, you're looking at the back. You're looking at anything that can happen in front of you. There's just a lot of stuff going around in the middle, but as games went on, I got used to it, and like I said before, Coach Madison helped out a ton.
Jake, can you describe how you think you play? What's your style of play?
How I play?
Yeah.
I think instinctively is a good word to describe how I play. Got good instincts, I've been told. And, I think I've got pretty good speed. A lot of film work goes into football, so just knowing what's happening before the play, I think is huge.
Jake, from what it sounded like, you were kind of lightly recruited out of high school. How do you think that shaped you as a football player during your time at Michigan?
I don't really know how to answer that, but I just think it's funny now. Those stars, I think it was 2.5 stars coming out of high school, and once I committed to Michigan, I got 3. So, those stars don't matter. I wasn't really highly recruited, and I didn't let that shape how I played.
How'd you get back on the field so quickly after the knee injury?
Just dedication. Dedication in the weight room, dedication in the, what is it called? Film room, and, with medical. Rehab, the whole entire process. It was long, but, once I stayed on that course, I wanted to get back. My goal was 6 months, and I was 6.5 months. So, it just all fell into place, and I had the staff to do it, and the staff in Michigan was amazing.
Was there any thought to just sitting out the season, just let everything to be sure you're perfectly fine? Because I'm sure you probably had NFL in your career at that point.
Sitting out the season, no. I mean, I wanted to get back to my team. I wanted to get back for the guys that I played with, the coaches that coached me, and it's tough just sitting on the sideline and watching the game that you love.
Jake, as a 2.5-star guy at St. Ignatius, and do you end up disappointed Ohio State's not interested, or how did that all go?
Absolutely not. I was not mad at all. I was all Michigan and everything about it, and I had a great time there. Even though the past year didn't go how we wanted, but you learned a lot.
So what was it like being a leader on the team last year with all the turmoil that you guys had?
Honestly, it was tough. But a lot of great people before me have told me that winning, you learn a lot more than, or losing, you learn a lot more than winning. So you learn a lot, and you know how people respond to criticism and everything. And just the guys on the team, we bonded together pretty well, and just laid it all out there.
Jake, as you watched as you got ready for the draft, did you scout out teams? Did you look at what teams might be in the market for you? Did you pay attention to that sort of thing?
No, I didn't pay attention to that. I played, my game, and I played how I played. And I didn't really pay attention to any of that, because when I was a season.
Well, it would appear that you're going to a team that has maybe some opportunity for you to play right away. What would that mean to you, and are you aware of that, or is that the first you hear it when I'm yapping about it?
Well, it'd be awesome to make an impact. But, I'm going to go in there and work as hard as I can and, try to, get in the best shape I can, do everything I need to do just to be successful there.
Were you disappointed that you weren't picked yesterday?
No, absolutely not. It's a draft and anything can happen.
Jake, I'm sure you're competitive. Do you look at the other inside linebackers that went before you and think you're better than they are?
You can't look at it like that. You can't, put it out there. It's just all depends on how the scouts and all depends on how the coaches approach it. So and look at you. So, but I'm happy. I'm happy to be a Packer.